You know those crazy people you see in the streets shouting that the world is ending? Well, it turns out they're all actually climate scientists.
A new report by the UN carries a stark warning. The world has little more than a decade to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere, or it may be too late to reverse the worst effects of climate change.
All this will happen sooner than previously feared by the year 2030, the report says.
The world is doomed in 12 years. You know, it's so bizarre that the Marvel movies have a better long-term plan than the Earth. Because they're like, okay, we'll have Black Panther 2, and then we'll have another Spider-Man movie. Then the Earth will be over, and then Ant-Man 3 drops. And you know what's sad? The sad part is we knew this was coming. Captain Planet told us. Yeah. We didn't listen to the poor bastard. Past couple decades have been hard on him. Last anyone heard, he'd been arrested in New Mexico for robbing a gas station. Tough times. Tough times. Moving on. The artist Banksy is getting a lot of attention this week for a piece that is either a rebuke of contemporary materialism or a cross-promotion with Office Max.
Going once, going twice, gone forever. A painting by the mysterious artist Banksy shredded itself moments after it was sold at auction for $1.4 million. The piece, called Girl with Balloons, suddenly descended into a trick frame. Banksy later posted video on Instagram showing him making the frame himself. The auction house won't say whether the buyer has the option to cancel the purchase or if the artwork is actually more valuable now that it's in shreds.
That's right. An elaborate hoax was successfully pulled off by me. I mean, Banksy. But seriously, though, that was pretty cool. But I love how people are saying they feel bad for the buyer of the painting. I mean, that person had $1.4 million to spend on a stencil drawing. They will be just fine. Okay, they'll be fine. I just hope that they kept the receipt. Then they'll be fine. Yeah. No, Banksy, no! In other news, First Lady Melania Trump just got back from spending the last week in shitholes throughout Africa. And say what you want about Melania, but wherever she goes in style. Maybe too much style.
New this morning, First Lady Melania Trump has returned to the U.S. after her trip to Africa.
The trip focused on children and her anti-bullying campaign, Be Best. The First Lady once again criticized over her fashion choices, sporting a white pith helmet while on safari in Kenya Friday, a style associated with the painful colonial period of Africa.
We just completed an amazing trip. I wish people would focus on what I do, not what I wear.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with Melania. If she wants to dress like a smooth criminal, that's her business. And people should be focusing more on what she does than on what she wears. And I'll be honest, I don't know what she actually does, but that's not the point. The point is you should focus on it. Seriously, though, I think it's cool that Melania chose Africa for her first solo trip. You know, the only thing that would make it cooler is if she did that thing where people pick up accents from the place they just traveled to. Like, I wish she got back to the White House with an African accent, and Trump was like, "How was the trip, Melania?" And she was like, "It was so much fun." She's like, "Oh, no!